Funimation and the Rising of the Shield Hero. Can we just take a second to think about how funny that is? Oh, how funny. Wow, that's a pun. Remember our old hashtag, no more funny business, F-U-N-I? Anyways, it's funny that Funimation is involved with the Rising of the Shield Hero. Here they are, throwing Vic Mignogna out of a contract due to what looks like baseless allegations, but maybe we'll see if there is substance to those. It's been 4 months now, still waiting. Guess we'll find out. Maybe one day something will come out. Point is, they throw Vic out on baseless allegations, and then they go and support an anime that's all about how the main character has been wronged due to baseless allegations and accusations. So I find it hilariously ironic for Funimation to be providing a dub of The Rising of the Shield Hero. Now that said, I love The Rising of the Shield Hero. I think it's a great show. Yes, some people will say that it's been slowing down in pace regarding the last, month or so of episodes, the last 3 to 4 episodes, to which I can agree somewhat, but I still think it's doing a great job of being an entertaining show. Not necessarily a great job of covering the manga material, because I'm not familiar with the light novel or the manga, but I do think it's doing a great job in terms of being entertaining, and I'm still very much enjoying it. So when I saw Senpai, shout out to Senpai, making a video yesterday on Funimation and the dub for The Rising of the Shield Hero, I realized there was some Shield Hero news that has been flying under the radar that I didn't really find out about. And that is regarding the dub and the schedule and a delay. It's not really the most breaking news, but I do find it hilarious, again, that The Rising of the Shield Hero is getting a dub through Funimation. So we'll take a look at that release schedule in this video, and we'll also backpedal to a write-up on One Angry Gamer from January about the dub and the controversy and stuff like that. It's also another article that flew under my radar. I didn't see this one back in January, so I figure we can take a look at it, see what the information from that one is, and maybe you aren't familiar with it either, so it'll be some new stuff for both of us. That's the plan for this video. Let's get started. Welcome back. Some quick information. If you're new to my channel, I've covered Shield Hero a lot in the past. There's probably quite a lot of videos you'll like on my channel, so take a look. I'll leave a link to some of them in the description to make it convenient for you. I also have another Shield Hero video planned. There's a horrible write-up smearing Shield Hero out on the internet. Well, there's a few of those, and I've covered a few of them already, but one of them is worse than I've ever seen, and I've been waiting to cover this topic, and I plan on covering that most likely next week in a few days. It's going to be a good one. So if you like Shield Hero content, be sure you're subscribed. On that note, a lot of the content I make here is not necessarily advertiser friendly because some of the subjects are apparently controversial. So that definitely affects the channel. So if you'd like to help sponsor this content, consider sending a one-time donation through Streamlabs or PayPal, or sponsoring monthly through Patreon. With that said, let's continue. So here we are on the good old Bounding Into Comics article titled The Rising of the Shield Hero dub delayed, but it's not because of the SJW backlash. Goes on to read, Crunchyroll is catching both flack and gaining a lot of positive attention over the new winter anime, The Rising of the Shield Hero, based on the light novel series of the same name from Aniko Usagi. However, the official English language social media account for the anime recently announced that the English dub debut would be delayed indefinitely, which had some gamers fearful of what was to come. Some gamers, interesting choice of words there. Probably could just put fans, I guess, or something like that. However, over on the official Rising of the Shield Hero Twitter account, they confirmed that it wasn't because of the SJW backlash that the dub was being delayed. So let's expand on that a little bit, because this was from January, and that was, if I recall, right around the time that AMA on Reddit occurred with the Shield Hero producer Junichiro Tamura, and how he was asked what he thought of the controversy of the Shield Hero, and he didn't know what they were talking about because there was no controversy in Japan. So that was right around that same time in January. So it's understandable how some people may have thought that the SJW backlash was responsible for the lack of a dub, if indeed it was the case that the dub was postponed indefinitely. So now we got some tweets. The official Rising of the Shield Hero account there stating, due to unforeseen circumstances, we will not be able to share the dubbed episode of The Rising of the Shield Hero with all of you tomorrow as planned. Thank you for understanding. We hope you enjoy the premiere of the subtitled release. Some responses, not trying to be facetious, but changing lines to fit Western audiences due to already being backlash from the sub of hashtag Shield Hero Ep1? No, this is not the case. Confirming right there. Now, I don't know who Miles is. Let's see if we can find that out. Okay, so apparently Miles is the director of social and editorial work over on Crunchyroll and VRV. So, I guess we can take his word there. The one user that thought the change may have been due to various outlets condemning the show because it showed the social and psychological damage that false R accusations can do to a man. Various anime media hubs like Anime Feminist. Yes, that is actually a real website. Anime Feminist is a real website. It's not a meme. It's not just a joke. Well, if it's a joke, that's debatable, actually. Anyways, continuing. And Anime News Network. Oh, gosh, and Anime News Network. Well, there's a lot we could say about that one, but y'all know what's up with that. Both went on the attack against the show, calling it misogynistic for depicting a male as the victim of a false R accusation and the consequences he suffered in light of that. Yes, because false R accusations only happen to women, never to anyone else. You know, there is plenty of women out there who find it highly offensive that people like them treat women like they are some weak little flower, like they can do no wrong at all, like all women are amazing and good and don't lie or don't do anything bad. That is a huge discredit to the women out there that actually do good in the world and try to better not just themselves, but the people around them, their family, their friends, their communities. Because when you say how all women are all amazing, that is a blatant mistruth, and it misrepresents a huge group of people, and it also negatively affects those who, like I said, are actually doing good and actually do deserve praise. And don't even get me started on the white knighting that some people do, both men and women. The white knighting again, because I have had women approach me and tell me how they are offended that certain groups of people, these white knights, treat them like they're weak and they need protecting and they need to be cared for. And of course, there's tons of women that also share that opinion, I'm sure, that I don't even know who they are, I've never talked to, but I can confirm that a number of women have reached out to me to tell me that they're thankful about the stuff I'm talking about because they don't like that BS. They don't like that nonsense, that rhetoric, that all women must be protected because they're weak and some nonsense like that. It's honestly weird, and the people that do that stuff come off as so insincere, like they have a very obvious goal in mind, right? Like they are doing that to maybe win that woman's good favor and maybe get something out of it. It's just such weird nonsense, dude. And a lot of people are sick of it and are calling it out nowadays, and that's great. And shouts out to the women out there that put that stuff on blast. I love what you are doing. Keep at it. However, Crunchyroll press writer Miles Thomas responded by saying that was not the case. No further elaboration was made either by the official Rising of the Shield Hero Twitter account or by Miles Thomas. Fans are surprisingly stoked for the dub version of the Rising of the Shield Hero, so we will see how that finally turns out when it eventually airs at some point in the near future. More on that coming up. New episodes for the series will air on Crunchyroll each Wednesday, with a total of 25 episodes planned to air. SJW outlets like comicbook.com attempted to proclaim that due to actually containing real character development and an intriguing plotline, they didn't know if fans would keep watching, writing, "The Rising of the Shield Hero has been advertised as one of the biggest anime debuts of the winter 2019 series, and the anime fan community has been torn over its debut episode, featuring many divisive elements within its premiere. The series has sparked a major controversy, as now fans do not know at this point at whether or not they will continue watching the series from now on." This is completely wrong. The only people who have been vocal about the divisive elements are social justice warriors who operate the major online media outlets. Fans have generally been positive towards the show, or ambivalent towards it, with the biggest criticism being that it's slow and boring. But there doesn't appear to be any major backlash from actual anime fans about the show. And obviously, SJWs don't make up the core of the anime community, so we can safely dismiss Comic Book's assessment of the fan feedback, especially since comicbook.com was one of the outlets that falsely proclaimed that majority of Crunchyroll's fanbase supported High Guardian Spice, even though that turned out to be completely true. And I stumbled on my words there because immediately the words in my mind reading that were fake news, fake news, fake news. Comicbook.com allegedly promoting literal fake news to fit their agenda about High Guardian Spice. Ain't that a surprise? Let's continue on though, we're almost done here. Comicbook.com was also one of the sites that spread the fake news. Wow, there you go. Fake news, even in the write-up right now. Comicbook.com was also one of the sites that spread the fake news about Ellie from Overwatch, claiming that the esports hopeful was a female player that got harassed out of the industry, even though that was far from the truth. And the reality is that Ellie was actually a dude in disguise, which, by the way, if you guys don't know about the Ellie story, oh my goodness, that was hilarious. I'll fill you in really quick on that when we finish this last bit right here. Anyway, you can look for the new episodes of The Rising of the Shield Hero to air each Wednesday on Crunchyroll. There's still no ETA on when the English dubbed version of the anime will air though, and that is something I have more information for you on as well. Let's take a look. Really quick though, I did tell you I'd fill you in on the Ellie story. So as it sounds already, that's pretty much what happened. There was a high tier Overwatch player. If I recall, he was not quite a professional player, but he was a very high level player. Could probably go professional if he really wanted to, I would assume. Maybe he has already. But back then, I don't think he was a pro, but very high level player. Started intimidating or started pretending to be this girl, Ellie. And when people started suspecting Ellie to be a fake account, a Smurf account, and that it was being played by these other people, well, these articles started covering the story saying that, oh my gosh, all the men are harassing Ellie. And this is why female gamers need to be like protected and stuff like this. You know, their whole SJW nonsense, they all ran with the story in that manner. But it really was a dude. This is confirmed now. So once Ellie got exposed to be a dude, none of those articles actually followed the story up. They were happy to run with the rhetoric when they were trying to pretend that, yeah, Ellie was actually a girl. You know, when it fit their narrative, they were covering that story like mad, like wildfire. But once the truth came out and it made them all look bad because everything they said about Ellie was false. It really was a dude. It really was a dude. And it made them all look horrible, and none of them redacted statements as far as I know or anything like that, and they never updated the story. It's like they're like, oh, well, okay, we're gonna pretend like this didn't happen, you know? It's a freaking sham. It's a freaking joke. Anyways, here's all you need to know about the Shield Hero release dates. So English dub returns with episode 19 on May 29th, and it will allegedly be released every week moving forward from there. So episode 19, May 29th, episode 20, June 5th, episode 21, June 12th, episode 22, June 19th, episode 23, June 26th, episode 24, July 3rd, and episode 25 on July 10th. All right, that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I know it was a little rambly, like we kind of went to multiple topics, but I think it was a fun video to make. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure you're subscribed and have notifications on. Hit that thumbs up button and comment down below if you would like to help the channel out, because that definitely does help. On that note, shouts out to the people who promoted the last video over on Twitter, released almost 2 hours ago, titled Shocking Study Shows RWBY Has Less Fights Than Ever. How bad is it? Shouts out to my man, Random Fandom, The Burning Magician, Night Mad Dragon, Paragon Langston of Amped Guard, and Skelekitty. Thank you all so much for your continued support, helping the channel out. It is much appreciated. I hope to see you guys in the Discord. Join the link below, and I will see you next time.